yeah, in a leader to lean, ayy. Smoking a quarter of weed, smoking a quarter of weed, yeah. Fucking a bitch and I ring, fucking a bitch and I ring, ayy. I'm a drug dealer, yeah, it's nice to meet. Maybe wanna feel better, so I give it a D. Little bitch, gotta feed, I got something you can eat. Damn, baby, hella sweet, pussy too far, it'll leave you on the street. Sugar all these crews, I ain't gonna fall asleep.
So I've been asked, you know, pretty much, you know, why am I moving back down to 122 pounds? Didn't I struggle at 122 pounds? You know, no, I never struggled to make weight at 122 pounds. It always came easy to me. The only reason I moved up to 126 pounds, yeah, one, it was easier, you know, than having to drop the extra 4 pounds. But when I moved to Salinas, my corner manager at the time, her and her husband, you know, saw me at 128 pounds, 130 pounds, and I was just cut up. So they felt like I had no reason to go down to 122 pounds. They felt like 126 pounds was a good fit for me. So, you know, so I just, you know, kind of decided to listen to them and move up to 126 pounds. You know, I won my, you know, my first belt at 122 pounds. You know, the interim NABF title, the green one. You know, I was the opponent for that fight. You know, they signed Yandor Salinas. They had just signed him, you know, and he had just went 12 rounds with Scott Quigg and got a draw. So he was some hot shot from Cuba that they had just signed, and you know, they put me up against him, you know, right before my contract had ended, to kind of, I don't know, just to kind of see how things went. You know, he was the favorite to win, and you know, I stopped him in I think the 6th round. But yeah, and then you know, a few months later, I fight at Cache Creek. I can't remember the guy's name. I believe he was from Africa. For the IBA title, and that was my last fight at 122 pounds. You know, I moved up in weight class. You know, I never had any tough, like real tough fights, you know. But you know, after my last fight, it wasn't the fight that, you know, made me decide to move back down to 122 pounds. It was the fact that I was starting to make weight way too easy, to the point where I was able to pretty much eat what I want the week of the fight without having to run or do anything to cut weight, and still make weight for 126 pounds. So, you know, even before the fight had happened, me and my corner, we all decided to move back down to 122 pounds anyways. And you know, my highlights of my career have been at 122 pounds. You know, maybe one day, you know, I'll move up back to 126 pounds, but I'm gonna work back to, you know, getting a title and hopefully getting a world title shot this year, or, you know, beginning of next year, however that works. And then, you know, defend it a few times, and then see if I'm gonna move up to 126 pounds and go from there. But yeah, so you know, my fight that was scheduled, you know, April 25th in Fantasy Spring was at 122 pounds. It was against Diego De La Hoya. because of the COVID-19, that fight did get canceled. People ask me if it got canceled or if it got postponed. To be honest, I really don't know. They're just saying canceled. I believe for the fact that so many fights were canceled that they can't really use the term postponed, because I feel like that would be too many cards to try to redo, and sometimes you can't really redo a card, main event or not, for each bout that they had scheduled. So my next fight will be at 122 pounds, and I'm looking for a world title shot this year.